Bésame, bésame mucho, como si fuera esta noche la última vez. Bésame, bésame mucho, que tengo miedo perderte otra vez. Quiero tenerte muy cerca, mirarme en tus ojos, vente junto a mí. Piensa que tal vez mañana yo ya estaré lejos, muy lejos de ti. Bésame, bésame mucho, como si fuera esta noche la última vez. Bésame, yeah. Bésame mucho, mi querido, que tengo miedo perderte otra vez. Bésame mucho, como si fuera esta noche la última vez. Bésame, bésame mucho, mi amor, que tengo miedo perderte otra vez. Quiero tenerte muy cerca, mirarme en tus ojos, vendo junto a mí. Pienso que tal vez mañana yo ya estaré lejos, muy lejos de ti. Bésame, bésame mucho, mi querido, como si fuera esta noche la última vez. Bésame, bésame, bésame mucho, mi amor, que tengo miedo perderte otra vez. Que tengo miedo perderte otra vez. Que tengo miedo perderte.
This is Maria Tecce, and you're listening to 90.5 WICN Jazz Club in New England. And I'm here with Bonnie Johnson on Scullers Jazz.
It's nice to talk to you finally. My imagination has been running a little wild, I must admit. On our first encounter, which was the email, I think, from Alexandra, kind of introducing us and saying you were coming here. And then I read that you're in Ireland.
I am,
You live in Ireland.
I do. I live in Dublin.
Now, you'll be at Scullers on the 24th, is that right?
Yeah, October 24th.
So that's our Wednesday?
Yeah, it's next week.
Now, so how is it that you ended up in Ireland? I did read a little bit of your bio, but maybe you give the folks a little bit of background on how it came to be. Then talk a little bit about your life prior to Maria Tecce that we know today.
Well, I started visiting Ireland probably, I'd say in the mid to late 90s, and I landed in a place called Galway, which is on the west coast of Ireland. It's kind of the closest place to Boston you could get on the west coast, kind of going that direction. They say that Boston's the next county over. So there's a lot of traditional Irish musicians and stuff that came from Galway who moved over to Boston. So that was where I landed first, and I had about $200 in my pocket and my guitar, and I stayed there for about 2 or 3 years, actually, and all I did was just sing and play and listen to Irish music. That was pretty much all I did, and that's how I ended up coming over, and I visited for a while, and then around 2000, I kind of started getting a lot of work in Ireland, so I decided that I would stay, because I really wanted to live in Europe. Being Italian-American, I always felt very comfortable in Europe, So that's how it all started, and then the kind of the rest, they say, is kind of history, I suppose.
Make believe we've landed on a desert island. Bathe me in the waters and warm me in the moonlight. Taste me with
are tuned to 90.5 WICN. We're enjoying the music of vocalist and guitarist Maria Tecce. Also had a chance to speak with her. Bonnie Johnson bringing you the colors of jazz. So, Maria, you're from the Boston area. Did you grow up in Natick, is it?
Yeah, I grew up in Natick, Wellesley, just over that direction.
Okay.
Yeah.
I noticed in your bio there's mention of working with horses. Is that equestrian work that you...
Oh, I did.
Is this like in your younger days, something you started out with?
Oh, God, yeah. I think in the womb I was on the back of a horse. I loved horses from the minute I could get up on top of one, I think. And there was a woman had there was a girl who had a horse down the street from us. And you know the suburbs. You could have, there's woods and there's beautiful trees and forests and everything. Yeah, I mean, even in Worcester, it's beautiful out there. So that's how I kind of started. And then when I graduated from college, I had been groomed to be an English teacher since I was a kid. I loved English. I loved writing. And I really just wasn't ready to kind of knuckle down and do the whole academic thing at the university level. So I applied to this ranch association in America, and they needed a wrangler out in Wyoming for this ranch. So I went out there and was a cowgirl for about a year, just kind of traversing the Rocky Mountains and bringing people around and breaking and training horses.
Now, all along you were singing. I mean, did you kind of grow up singing? How did your voice come into play? I know you're doing some acting. You're doing quite a bit. Your bio is quite long. You've got a lot going on in your life in terms of performance, in terms of being on the stage. I just wonder how you got your start.
I don't really know how I got my start. I think my start really happened when I moved to Ireland.
Is that right? So you're saying in your adulthood you found your voice?
I think I've been singing since I was a kid. My mom is a concert pianist. She's a very creative person. She's very much an artist. And so she had all of us playing and singing all the time when we were kids.
Okay.
But I don't think I really found the voice I have now. I didn't really start to find that, I'd say, until about 2002, maybe 2003, maybe about 10 years ago. So it's been a relatively, I don't know, compared to a lot of people, it's a relatively short time that I've been singing, really. And again, my style has changed. I was doing so much jazz and Latin stuff, and I loved it. My first 3 albums are all jazz and kind of Latin stuff. And recently, I don't know what it was. Maybe I just started getting back in touch with my own roots. My mom played a lot of folk and blues stuff, and I just found myself really drawn to it. Every time I tried to write something, it would always end up being kind of like folk and blues. So this new album that I'm going to be doing, it's called Made in Ireland, and it's all folk and blues stuff. And I'm really excited about it, but I'm also pretty terrified, so I suppose it's a good combination.
Okay. Oh, so when you're here at Scullers, that's what the folks will be treated to on that Wednesday, the October 24th. What time's the show start? 8 o'clock, something like that?
Yeah, it's an 8 p.m. show. We were sold out last time. I was here in 2010, and it was fantastic. We were kind of stuffed the place. They brought in extra chairs. It was a huge celebration, so hopefully we're aiming for the same thing this time.
Yeah, and it's such an intimate setting there anyways.
It's beautiful. I mean, it's great because I can talk to the audience, and you really get in there, and it's really, it's kind of just a happening because this will never, I won't be this way again probably for another year or two, I wouldn't say, because my schedule's pretty busy here in Ireland and Europe at the moment.
Wow, that's really great. So it's kind of vibrant activity in terms of arts and culture in Europe and Ireland, and over there you're just really doing it.
Yo soy María de Buenos Aires, María, no ven quién soy yo. María Tango, María de la Raba, María Noche, María Pasión Fatal, María del Amor de Buenos Aires, soy yo. Yo soy María de Buenos Aires. Si en este barrio la gente pregunta quién soy, pronto
On 90.5, we're enjoying the music of Maria Tecce. This tune entitled Yo Soy Maria, coming from her album Viva. And we also heard The Island and Besa Me Mucho. All for you on 90.5 WICN, Jazz Plus for New England. Bonnie Johnson bringing you the colors of jazz.
Siempre me digo, piensa en mí cuando sufras, cuando llores, también piensa en mí. Cuando quieras quitarme la vida, no la quiero para nada, para nada. Me sirve sin ti. Si tienes un hondo penar, piensa en mí. Si tienes ganas de llorar, piensa en mí. Ya ves que venero tu imagen divina, tu barba, lo poco que siendo tan niña me enseñó a tener. Si tienes un hondo penar, piensa en mí. Si tienes ganas de llorar, piensa en mí. Ya ves que venero tu imagen divina, tu barba, lo poco que siendo tan niña me enseñó a penar. Piensa en mí cuando sufras, cuando llores, también piensa en mí. Cuando quieras quitarme la vida, no la quiero para nada, para nada. Me sirve sin ti.
Inspired by Poetry by Pablo Neruda. This is music from Maria Tecce, featured here on Viva, and it is a 2010 Divine record. We heard the selection Piensa en mí, Maria Tecce on the vocals and guitar, Mike Nielsen on guitar, Dave Redman on double bass, Francesco Teresi joining them on accordion and percussion, and the piano and sax with Michael Buckley. This album debuted in Prague in 2008 and toured for 2 years in Europe and the U.S. Maria Tecce returning to Scullers Jazz Club next week, and we're talking to Maria this afternoon on 90.5 WICN, Jazz Plus for New England. Bonnie Johnson here with Maria Tecce. Tell me about the Nulas. Tell us. I found this activity that you're involved in, this group you're involved with, Nulas. Are you still doing this?
The Nulas. Yeah, Nula is an Irish name. And the Nulas are a comedy music group. And they started about 1994, I think, and they went through for about 7 or 8 years. They disbanded in 2001. There's 3 of them. It's a trio. And then they started up again last year, and they asked me to join them. And I'd never done comedy before, but I was at a place in my life where I really wanted to do something different. And you know what it's like, you kind of always want to be raising the bar and pushing things outside the box.
Ah, that's me right now doing this show, The Colors of Jazz, on 90.5, really? Absolutely.
Brilliant.
Yes.
It's the way to be, and it's scary and it's taking risks. But if, as artists, if we do nothing, if we do nothing, but if nothing else, we take risks and try to keep moving forward, and hopefully we still have something to say. So I think this was just a 180 for me.
Wow.
And it was terrifying because I'd never done comedy before, and I tell you, I'm here to tell you right now, as God is my witness, I have never done anything as hard as comedy.
Oh, really? So that's with up in front of an audience, because y'all are putting on kind of a musical comedy, stand-up musical on the stage. The clip I saw on YouTube was a late show, I guess, over there.
Oh, the Late Show.
The Late Show.
Like, it was kind of like this, Johnny Carson or Jay Leno. It's that kind of show, It's in Ireland. It's very famous. Yeah, that was the Yummy Mummy Recession.
Yes. Love it. All
original music. I'm musical director in the group now, and I accompany the whole show, which they had when they first started. They were kind of 3 girls and a guitar when they first started in the 90s. And then they went through, there are 2 girls who remain from the original group, and they had kind of a third rotating Nula. So there was always a third one, and they had about 4 different third Nulas.
Oh, I love it.
And I'm the 5th third Nula now.
Okay, so that's been a long-running group, so that's cool.
It is.
Do you ever bring it to the U.S., or how far have you taken the show on the road?
Well, they've performed all over the world.
Is that right?
Australia, New York. They performed in New York for 3 weeks. I think they sold out the Irish Arts Center, I think, in New York. They were there for 3 weeks.
No kidding.
Yeah, it was pretty. They were huge. I mean, they were really doing loads of stuff. So we've been, touch wood, in this climate that we're in at the moment, we are so lucky because we're selling out gigs and we're doing really well.
Okay.
I think people want to be entertained. They want to laugh. They want to somehow feel different coming out of a gig than when they went in. And whether it's the Nulas or my own gig, I as an audience member, that's something that I cherish and that I hope for when I go into a gig.
Okay.
Tú lo sai, tú lo sai, tú lo sai quanto t'amai, tu lo sai crudel, lo sai crudel, tu lo sai, tu lo sai, tu lo sai quanto t'amai, tu lo sai crudel, lo sai crudel, lo sai. Io non bramo altra mercé, ma ricordati di me e poi sprezza un'infedele, e poi sprezza un'infedele. Io non bramo altra mercé, ma ricordati di me e poi sprezza un'infedele, e poi sprezza un'infedele.
Hey, well, let me just remind the folks, you are tuned to 90.5 WICN Jazz Plus for New England. I'm Bonnie Johnson. I'm here with Maria Tecce. She will be appearing at Scullers Jazz Club in Boston this coming Wednesday on October 24th. You want to check out scullersjazz.com. Visit Maria Tecce. That's TECCE.com. Get all the information that you need and make sure you get yourself out and into Boston to catch Maria. Now, is this going to be like your cabaret style performance? Yeah.
Yep, it is. It definitely is. Both the show and the setup of the venue. It's a beautiful venue. I mean, you've been there.
Yes.
It's fantastic. It's great for an intimate evening.
It's perfect for that, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. So I'm really thankful to Scullers for having me back, because it's a pleasure to play a venue like this.
Now, how about your ensemble? Because on the CD that I'm holding, which is Viva, you've got yourself on guitar. Are you going to have same folks? I'm not sure. What does your ensemble comprise now, or what can people expect in terms of the musicians that night?
This gig I'm introducing a lot of this new material that I've been writing that's going on the new album. So it'll be a combination of songs from my last album, from Viva. So there'll be some tango songs and some Spanish songs. There'll also be bluegrass and blues. So I have a guitar, acoustic bass, and viola, violin.
Wow.
And I'll be playing guitar and piano. So it'd be a nice stripped-down trio gig, which would be great.
Now, what can folks expect? So right now we're enjoying the music of your album, Viva. And that, I guess, was the last show you did. And, your website is just chock full of Maria Tecce. It's a great site. Tell the folks where they can find you online. Just give yourself a plug. It's
www.mariatecce.com.
Mm-hmm.
And I am also on YouTube and Twitter, Facebook. You can find me pretty much anywhere. Bandcamp, there's some of my tracks on bandcamp.com.
Okay.
But pretty much the website will direct you to where you need to go. I YouTube. Yeah, I Google well. I Google very well. So.
You do Google well. It's Maria Tecce, Tecce, and we were talking about a restaurant in the in the North End. There's Joe
Tecce's restaurant. Yeah.
Now,
it's because it's one of these names. I went to Italy to visit some of my relatives, and the name only comes from this one village in the south of Italy. So everybody who's in America with the name, with the last name of Tecce, all comes from the same place. It's only this little tiny place in the hills in the south part of Italy. So, you know what's really awful? I have to admit, I've actually never been in the restaurant, so I've got to go this time.
You really, you should. Actually, I think you should do that now. Do you have family still here at your home?
I do.
Okay.
Loads of family, all of my family is still in the Boston area.
Okay.
Fantastic.
When's the last time you've been home here? Has it been a while?
Must be Christmas last year.
Okay.
I think.
Okay, so yeah, you would be good for a visit. You're tuned to 90.5 WICN, Jazz Plus for New England. I'm Bonnie Johnson here with Maria Tecce. You know, Maria, I just want to ask a couple things about your acting and just your whole presentation of yourself. Your makeup is beautiful. I just am curious, are you doing your own makeup in some of these, or do you have like a makeup artist? You're really kind of captivating. All of the characters.
Artist, massage therapist, fashion. They all travel with me.
Yeah, I'm serious. I'm looking at the site. I'm very captivated by kind of it's very intriguing, the personas that you have presenting there. So it's just, you got a killer makeup artist, or are you doing that yourself? Seriously. Is that you? I just got to ask.
Bonnie, I wish they could have one to travel with me. It would make life a lot easier, I tell you.
So you're telling me that's you? That's your makeup art?
Yeah, I'm pretty lucky. You know, Mac was sponsoring my makeup for most of my shows, so they would send a makeup artist to kind of show me what to do with the product that they were giving me. They're a very generous company. You know, they've really been good to me. So, but then they showed me what to do, and then I practice replicating it. So that's kind of what you see.
Are you an artist? Do you paint? Or what else do you do besides music and acting? Or do you have any other, and riding horses? Do you have any other?
Oh, yeah. Well, I love books. I'm a real bibliophile. I read voraciously. I absolutely adore books.
Okay.
I have a film club that I belong to here in Ireland that we go to every Friday night, well, when I'm here. But I love cooking. I'm Italian, so I love cooking. I love baking. You know, I love having people over and that kind of thing. For me, the food is really an art form, and I grew up with that kind of culture. So it's pretty useful over here because, you know, Irish, you know, they've got some good restaurants over here, but geez, you know, I love having people over and showing them real Italian food is like. So.
I bet. And you work with kids, right? You told me you teach lessons. Is that right?
I do, yeah. Well, I do a couple of different things. I teach kids how to write short stories at this place called Fighting Words, which is in Dublin. And it was actually based on an American model. So kids come in, and we help teach them how to write stories and come up with stories and stuff. And then I also teach at the college level, kids doing voice and for actors and singers and stuff. So I love it. I love teaching. I really, really, really love teaching.
Wow. Not only is Maria Tecce a cosmopolitan woman, she is a Renaissance woman. I just don't hear just an all-around girl. So that's great.
Oh, yeah. You got to give it away to keep it, I think. So.
Okay. That's very good advice, Maria. Well, thanks so much for your time, and have a great time in your world, and we will see you soon out here in Boston. Back home.
You're a star. Thanks so much.
All right. You have a good one.
You too. God bless.
All right. Bye now. On 90.5 WICN Jazz Plus for New England, and we just heard from Maria Tecce. Bonnie Johnson bringing you the colors of jazz, of course, and we'll close out this set, top of the hour, with a little bit more music from her album. Nature Boy from Viva.
Enchanted boy. They say he wandered very far, over land and sea, a little shy and sad of eye, but very wise was he. He saw the world, a lost, confused, and frightened world, and with his words he won their hearts, taught them how was he. And then one day, one magic day, he passed my way. And though we spoke of many things, fools and kings, this he said to me: the greatest thing you'll ever learn